Hello and welcome viewers. You're watching Newsx and I'm Vaishali Kohli. Now Sunrisers Hyderabad crushed Rajasthan Royals by 57 runs in Hyderabad tonight. SRH posted 216 by 6 powered by Ishan Kishan's explosive 91 off 44. RR, after winning the toss and electing to field, suffered a shocking battling collapse, slumping to 9 by 5 inside 3 overs. Debutants Praful Hinge and Saqib Hussain wreaked havoc, picking 8 wickets between them. A late fight from Donovan Ferreira and Ravindra Jadeja couldn't save the Royals as they were bowled out for 159. A dominant win for SRH. And now I have Sunil Yashkalra, he's a cricket scholar, joining me on the broadcast. Sunil, the floor is all yours.
Thank you, Roshali. This is one of the most amazing week of cricket that we've had. And I'm joined by two of the eminent guests right now with me. Of course, A.K.S. Satish, the man who's seen this, the Gulf, the former sports editor of the Gulf News, and also who's seen over 2.5 decades of international cricket of the highest standards. Also joining me is a cricket commentator, Shekhar Vijay. A.K.S. Satish, how would you describe this entire SRH game that happened in the past? Welcome to the
Hi, Sunil. Hello, viewers. Hello, fellow panelists. It's a pretty. If you break it down simply, it is taking one step at a time. This is exactly what we spoke about Lucknow yesterday. Initially, Hyderabad was struggling, especially after losing Abhishek Sharma in the first ball. They slowly built the innings, and when now Ishan Kishan, the dangerous player he is now after finding his form back, he found the right moment to launch the counter attack, got the 91 runs. The other one good part is the wicket is not the same as it was in the past. It was not an easy batting wicket, which we thought everybody thought that it's a batting wicket. So they slowly but surely they build the innings. And probably if you remember regarding the Rajasthan Royals, I mentioned yesterday in our show that they are banking too heavily on their top 3 batsmen. Once they didn't score runs, they were exposed to something which they were not used to, and everything fell apart. And this is something which an early warning is good for Rajasthan Royals, because now they need to address how to go about it in a situation, something very similar in the future. But all full marks to Sunrisers Hyderabad and the 2 heroes, the 2 debutants. Who can expect? It's a dream debut for the 2 pacers bowling. Hedge bowling his first over, getting 3 wickets. That's amazing. So it's a dream come true for both of them, and it also makes the race for the last 4 spots even more closer. So it's all fun, and yeah, that's what I thoroughly enjoyed the game, Sunil, yesterday.
Well, absolutely. Shekhar Vijay, if you were to sum it up in your own little way of the bowling prowess of both the team, who do you think stood out? And there were some superlative performances last night. Your views?
So I think the match was won in phases, not just moments. I felt the entire the way Sunrisers Hyderabad catapulted this momentum was maintained all throughout the 20 overs. So we had Ishan Kishan coming and playing a blinder, and all the players, even if they scored at 30 runs or 20 runs, they all came and played a blinder. They maintained their tempo throughout. It was almost like a relay race instead of a marathon. So that tempo was maintained, and RR was completely outsmarted. I think Rajasthan Royals never really expected that, even though they scored 220, 210 odd, which SRH scored. And with Ishan Kishan playing the blinder of innings and maintaining the same tempo throughout, I think RR was totally exposed in terms of the bowling attack, in terms of how do they pivot, how do they adapt to the change. That's something which they will pick up, of course, over the course of a few games. The second thing is power play is important here, right? In the power play, if you take wickets or if you just gain the momentum, you will win. And this is exactly what happened for the debutant who coming and taking 3 wickets of the 3, premier batsmen, that is Yashasvi Jaiswal, you have, Suryavanshi and the third batsman. That made a big difference, those 3 wickets, because then you're on the back foot automatically. And when you're scoring a big score, when you're trying to score 210, 220, it's certainly not easy. So that's something where I think the difference between both the teams was the momentum and who can take charge. I think Sunrisers Hyderabad read the game where they understood where they need to get the momentum in, and they just pushed their legs on the accelerator and they never left it at all. That was the difference I felt.
Well, accelerator, yes, keep your eyes on the street and hands on the wheel. But these guys did a great job. So let's look at the Sunrisers versus the Royals. Uh, this time, Abhishek Sharma, who scored 0-1 in the very first delivery. Then you have Travis Head, the score was 55 for 2. And of course, in the 6.5 overs, they suffered another big problem with Ishan Kishan losing out. But this time, the damage wasn't done enough. In 13.2 overs, there were something around 140 odd runs for 3 wickets. Again, Klaasen. So if I were to ask Shekhar Vijayan, Shekhar, the 4 batters of SRH, this is the same team that threatens up ki bar 300 par kind of a nara in all their social media handles. Do you think that's a far cry from what they're claiming? It's a huge gap, promise and delivery, lack of this thing. Your views?
It's a far cry also because in this you've got batsmen who are not really playing competitive T20 cricket. Like Henrik Klaasen is not really playing T20 cricket anymore. He's just playing like IPL right now. He's retired from all forms of cricket. That also makes a big difference. So I think more than over promising and under delivering, going for 300. I think what is important for them is to win the games. Even if you score 180 or even 200, the point is, are your bowlers up for it? Because amongst all the teams, we know that Sunrise Hyderabad doesn't have a strong bowling attack. The batting is good, but the bowling attack is still getting tested at all levels. With Pat Cummins being injured, he's not come back as yet. The bowling is still getting sorted out. So I believe this entire thing of 300 par, which is becoming more political in more ways than one, is just a number which I think advertisers love to hear this Abki bar 300 par. And it's also familiar because Sunrise Hyderabad in the previous seasons have always played for high scoring.
270, 280, yes.
Yes.
But
So
let's look at Praful.